Hello there, Jared Morrison here. We're going to do video number 44 right now. Welcome back. Today's topic, as requested by you out there, how to turn around a negative attitude. And I'm grinning about this for a multitude of reasons. Yesterday, if you saw the video, I mentioned I wasn't in the greatest of moods. It was just one of those run-of-the-mill kind of sort of grouchy moods. And also grinning because as I've attempted to record this video, it turns out this is a subject that I'm having immense difficulty being brief on, which is a skill that eludes me at the best of times, but let alone this apparently. So we're going to try and get through it. But all the more reason why maybe November 23rd. Little plug there. You want to come out and hear me and a few other cool peeps speak about our experience on such things. That's not the only focus of what I'll be talking about, but it certainly factors into it, because beyond any superficial bad moods like the one I was in yesterday, this topic really got me thinking, as so many things do, about the last 20-some months of my life and how everything has turned around. A negative attitude, I guess, is putting it mildly. If you've followed along with these videos, you've seen me allude to, I was in a state back then where beyond a negative attitude, it was shunning my entire existence, I guess. I wanted out. I wanted no part of this anymore. And if I had one, I guess, sort of desperation cry left to the universe, it was to give this to somebody else, somebody that wanted it more, to relieve my family and my friends of what I perceived to be insurmountable and irreversible suffering that I was causing them. I lived in that awful headspace of believing the worst lie one could possibly believe, that everybody that I knew would be better off if I wasn't around. And so I've been thinking in the last 24 hours, how did I go from that to this, to a life that I love every part of it, where I firmly believe, and nobody could convince me otherwise, that my family wouldn't be better off if they were visiting a headstone right now instead of the time that we currently enjoy. How did that all flip around? And so here, hopefully you can understand why I've had difficulty keeping this brief. I guess the main thing I'll try and impart in the next 90 seconds is that I thought of that quote that's attributed to the Buddha, but of course I got this off Google, so who knows where it actually came from. But with our thoughts, we make the world, is the quote. And I firmly believe that. I also firmly believe, hand in hand with that there are certain things that we can't just manifest. I can't will $1 million into my bank account. I can't will myself to get into better shape than I'm in. But they go hand in hand, like I said. It's part of it. Wherever our mental space is at, it's kind of like looking at the accident you're trying not to hit. If you're focused on that, you're invariably going to hit it when you're in your vehicle. And that sounds so pedestrian, but that's also been my experience with my life. You know, I lived in a headspace for a really long time where it felt like I walked around just waiting for the other shoe to drop. I kept waiting for calamity to arrive, and because my focus was there, that's exactly what happened. And now I'm in this place where I don't expect that anymore, and in fact I expect good to come of almost every situation I'm involved in, which is not to say that I'm naive or that I don't think that I'm going to face other periods of adversity in my life. I'm realistic in that sense, but that doesn't need to mean that that's where I keep my focus on in the horizon. So I do firmly believe that, though, that we create the world that we want to live in, and this is coming from a guy who lived in a world where the best thing I could hope for, like I said before, was that every morning I just wouldn't wake up and wouldn't have to deal with that disappointment of when I did open my eyes thinking, I can't believe I got through that I have to do another day of this. And that sounds awful to say. I feel so strange every time I say that, because I recognize that there are people out there going through horrendous things that they never even asked for. And then there was me laying in the bed of my house for a long period of time, just hoping that I could sabotage myself enough that I could rob any more time being freely given to me. So anyway, starting to ramble. We're over 5 minutes. Come out November 23rd. Let's talk about this more. And yeah, good to see you again. Talk soon.